Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I've just dropped 3 new events that are going to be going on over the next week or so. I thought I'd just go through it and kind of look at it through the eyes of my endgame account, but also my free-to-play account, which is probably more relevant to 99% of people who watch my videos. So, what's going on? It's going to be 3 of these 2 times events to get gear. Yeah, and they've actually picked, I'd say, 2 good sets and then 1 very niche set. So let's go through what's going to be coming and also what you need to watch out for as well. So the first one is going to be on Dragon, and it starts tomorrow, the 16th. And just bear in mind, we have got a Dragon event already running. Not this one, sorry. It's a tournament. We've got a Dragon tournament already running, and it's running for 3 days. So 2 of the days that this Dragon tournament's running, this is going to be live for. Yeah, so if you're someone who wants this gear set, perfect. If you're not, crack on, is what I would say, and get your Dragon stuff done early. Otherwise, you're going to be picking up a load of gear that you don't want. So on my main account, I absolutely definitely wouldn't want anything, really, that's not speed here. If it's not a 2 times speed for Dragon, there's not much else I'm pushing hard on. Like, maybe Stalwart is pretty cool for some situations. And there's most of these sets are okay for some situations, but honestly, speed is the only one I go all out for if they're doing a 2 times on the main. On the free-to-play, though, it's a little bit different. And, you know, accuracy is very nice here. Stalwart is nice. They're dropping it on lifesteal. And I've got to say, lifesteal for an early game player, you know, like anything up to, say, 150 or whatever, is brilliant. You need it for Clan Boss. You need it for most of the teams that you run, just to kind of help you through the game. But I feel like you get to a point where lifesteal just becomes totally outdated, honestly. I'd rather have, on my faction war teams, I'd rather have regen gear over lifesteal. Yeah, I'd rather be in control, regenerating health by having an extra turn instead of by hitting and doing damage. Because often faction wars, you start getting locked out. So just by moving, you get more health back through regen sets. But yeah, for me, lifesteal is great until you can replace it with other ways to get your health back. So things like leech abilities are brilliant, regen sets, just general healers that do a good job. I think they start to outscale lifesteal pretty damn fast. Like by day 150, hopefully you've transitioned into a better way to keep your health up. And just to give you an idea, I'm on day 147 at the minute on the free-to-play. And if I look through my teams, I do have Deacon who gives me a leech. I've also now got Vlad on the way that was like an AoE leech. But we've got 1 champion in lifesteal here because he's my Spiderling tank. That's Geo. So still relevant there. I've got a second one just because it was the next best gear set I had for him. That's 2. And that's about it. 3 on Azard Gala. Not because of any reason other than it was just gear that was lying around that kind of fit. So I'm not using lifesteal a lot at this stage of the game on my free-to-play. I honestly will not be going all out energy blazing through Dragon to get more lifesteal gear for my account, for either account. Certainly not my main. My main account lifesteal gear has been irrelevant for a long, long time. So that's my view on it. Obviously, don't just think to yourself, oh, lifesteal's crap. You're new to the game. Lifesteal's the lifeblood of every build that you do. But it gets significantly better once you've got max masteries and you can get the proc from your max mastery hits, which will also give you health back. If you don't have the max masteries, lifesteal gear is pretty weak. That's why I don't really like it for faction wars. So the second event then that's dropping on Friday, Friday the 19th, it's going to be a 48-hour event. So it's basically going over the weekend. And that's going to be for Fire Night. Fire Night is pretty much where most endgame players will be farming. I still farm there every day on my main. And on the free-to-play, I'm starting to push energy into Fire Night now. I'm starting to get to that point where it's like, I need more Fire Night gear. The best gear sets here, Immunity, Shield, Regen, Stun, and Savage. All great sets, honestly, for endgame. They're good sets going through the game. Shield is brilliant for earlier game. Stun set is like the faction war set to get control of the enemies if you don't have control champions. Regen set, as I said, a really good faction war set to keep you alive, keep you moving. Same really for Doom Tower. Savage is your damage set. So they're doing a 2 times drop rate on stun gear. I'm going to be all over this on the free-to-play, honestly, and my main, actually. You know, stun gear is still pretty relevant on my main for a couple of builds that I do. But we look at my artifacts on the free-to-play, 140 odd days in, and I haven't really done a lot of fine art. I've only really just got stage 20 on farm, and I have got nothing. I don't even have a set. I've just about got a set together, which I can start to roll up. In fact, I do. I've got a decent enough set now that I can roll up. I really want a couple of sets, and I want some options, because stun set is brilliant. It's going to be probably going on 2, 3, maybe 4 of my champions along the line as I start to ramp my way through different faction war efforts. So stun set, I think that's a brilliant one to drop in there. It's relevant for all walks of life in Raid. And then the third one they're doing, this is going to be for the 22nd, so a week from today, is going to be for Ice Golem. I mean, if you're going to force yourself in Ice Golem, you need some sort of reward coming back, because it is dull. And what's good here, really, so resistance gear, it's a bit niche, but it's still brilliant, because it's the only place. In fact, there's a Doom Tower set now as well, but there's very little ways to get maximum resistance without getting this set. Retaliation's kind of cool here. Reflex kind of cool. Taunting's not bad. That's probably it, really. There's not much else going on here. And even those sets, quite a few tiers below any of the other sets we've spoken about so far. This is going to be a 2x chance on Reflex gear. Now, Reflex is... It's an interesting gear set, so 40% chance to reduce a random steal cooldown. Now that we can set the steal usage, this set becomes way more viable. So take someone like, actually, good example on my free-to-play here, someone like Duke, where most of the time I don't want this A3 in play. I don't want it in play because I don't need it. So most of the time I'm just going A1s and A2s. If I got Reflex on, every time I do an ability, it will try and cool down, or there's a 40% chance to cool down one of the steals on cooldown, and it will only ever be as A2, so it just means I get back to the A2 much quicker. Now, same sort of thing, putting it on Ninja, getting back to his abilities quicker is always good. So any champion where you've maybe only got one steal that goes on cooldown, or only one steal that you allow to be put on cooldown, and you want it back as often as you can get it back, Reflex is brilliant for that. Turned out to be one of the best sets, or the best set, if you're trying to do that kind of Infinity Clan Boss comp, which is pretty niche, but pretty cool as well. But it's also just generally good. Like if you're doing Doom Tower waves, let's say you're trying to get Sill's stun ability back as often as possible, Reflex is not bad for it. So it's nichey, but it's not bad. Will I be pouring tons of my own energy into Ice Golem to get more Reflex? I don't think I am. I don't think I am. I don't think it's good enough or relevant in enough places for me to really care, honestly. But for some people, they might be all over it. They might be all over it. Even on my main, I don't really even have a good set. So maybe I should on my main. But on the free-to-play, it's definitely not going to be where I'm going to be spending my resources. I would much rather be in the minnows, getting more masteries on the champions that matter, or farming more levels on champions so that I'm ready for the next fusion. You know, Christmas fusion's like a month away, whatever, guys. So it's already... We're already on the point where it's get yourself in order, get your stuff starting to stack up, because we never know. It might be a Torment. Might be a Pixnil, might be a Torment. We don't know what we're going to get. So just think about that whilst you're kind of planning activities and where you're going to invest your time. There you go, guys. I guess comment below, which of those sets do you care about? So Lifesteal, Stun, Reflex. Which of those will you actually invest time and energy in? Or are you just kind of like, just carry on playing whatever. No worries. I've been Hell Hades. I will catch you later.